When you see a link on Facebook, on Google, or even on YouTube, and you decide to click on the link to visit a website, when you arrive at the website, you have multiple options. But at any particular time, the options depend on the nature of the website. So in this video, I want to explain a very important concept in digital marketing, and that is bounce rate. What exactly is bounce rate? Bounce rate basically is the numbers of people who come to your website and interacted with more than one page. So I'm going to explain this in a simpler way so that you can have a very good understanding of what I'm talking about. Let's say you're an advertiser who spend money to advertise on Facebook and Google. One of the things you want to look at in your analytics is the bounce rate. And why should you be worried about the bounce rate? That is why I think this is important for me, because it's going to clarify some issues that bothered a lot of advertisers. If your website is e-commerce just like Jumia, when you send people to the website, you want them to buy something on the website. And the process of buying something on the website, they have to interact with multiple pages. But if you send somebody to this website and you realize that the bounce rate is 100%, it means that the people you are sending to this website are not interacting with more than one page. That is showing that you are not getting the result you are looking for. You don't want that to happen to you, and that is why you want your bounce rate, if you are sending people to an e-commerce website, to be as low as 10% or even 20%. Because when people arrive on an e-commerce website, they select a product, they add the product to the cart, they go to the checkout, and they eventually make payment. So this takes some steps, and all of the steps are recorded as different pages on the website. And when users interact with more than one page on your website, the bounce rate becomes 0%. But in a situation when you send people to a standalone page where people have option to pick your number and call you for business day, do you expect to have 0% as your bounce rate? In this situation, you are not expecting to have 0%. And that is what I want to clarify, because there are a lot of advertisers who send people to a standalone page on their website. And at the end of the day, they still get worried about the increase in bounce rate. It is absolutely normal if you are sending people to a standalone page where users have the opportunity of contacting you either on WhatsApp or picking your number to deal with you directly on phone. So you don't want to convince this together, because the type of the website determines how people will interact with the website. If your website gives the option for people to click on the link and visit your Instagram page so that they can do business with you, you are not expecting to have anything less than 100% bounce rate in this situation. No matter how much you are spending on advertising, you need to understand that the nature of the website will determine what your bounce rate is all about. So you have to understand this, that having a 100% bounce rate or 90%, 80%, 60%, or 50% depends on the nature of the website. So if you are sending people to a page where they have the option to pick your phone number and call you, or where they even have the options of filling the form and submitting the form without reloading the page, your bounce rate will definitely remain as high as 100%. But this does not mean that people are not engaging with your website. The only website where you have to be worried is when you are sending traffic to e-commerce website, and when they get to the e-commerce website where they are supposed to interact with more than one pages, you notice that your bounce rate is about 90% or 100%. At this stage, you have to be worried, because it shows that the people are not doing what you want them to do on your website. They are not interacting with more than one page on the website, and this is not good for your business. So you want to do everything possible to make sure that you reduce the bounce rate for such websites, which is e-commerce website. But if you are sending them to a standalone page, just like a page where you have the information about your product, and at the end of it you have a link that says click here to order on WhatsApp, you should not worry about bounce rate in that scenario. So you have to understand this. Bounce rate can be calculated in percentage, and when you have 100% bounce rate, it means that the numbers of people who interacted with more than one page on your website is very, very low. But if your bounce rate is very low, like maybe 20%, it means that the majority of the people who visit your website interacted with more than one page. Probably they see your product, they add a product to the cart, they go to the checkout, and they eventually paid on your website. So that is the concept of bounce rates. In a recap, I would say bounce rate is the numbers of people who interacted with more than one page on your website. So if 10 people visit your website and all of them visit more than one page, your bounce rate will be 0%. But if 10 people visit your website and all of them, after looking at the information on the page, they close the website, your bounce rate will be 100% because they do not interact with more than one page on the website. I believe this clarifies the issues of bounce rate, and you'll be able to decide whether your bounce rate is okay or not. If you have any question about this, feel free to ask, and I will do everything possible to address your question. Once again, my name is Oluwole, and bye for now.